guys, Chrisspy here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be on this Bratz inspired makeup look. As I was doing it, I was like, this is basically just like drag makeup, but I'm not mad at it because I love drag makeup. I kind of did like two different versions of this a little bit, which you guys are gonna see. But yeah, I was just playing around with it and then I wanted to add to it and then yeah. Anyways, before we jump into the video, I wanted to ask you guys to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss when I upload a new video. And let's get started. Hi guys. The hairline on this wig is just a hot mess. Okay, so I saw this on Twitter. I saw, let me see. I asked you guys on my Instagram story, I did a poll for which look you wanted to see, and 71% of you voted for the cherry Bratz doll, so that's the one we're gonna do. So the guy's name is Martin Cantos. So I found this picture on his page and he has lots of cute Bratz doll and cool photography and stuff. Okay, so let's start with the primer. I already put on a light moisturizer. For my primer, I'm going to be using the DermaBlend Insta Grip Jelly Primer. I remember on Instagram, I asked you guys a while back for all your questions about wigs. So I still want to do that video. I'm gonna look back on that Instagram post and pull some questions, but feel free to leave any questions that you have down below about my wigs, where I get them, how I apply them, and all that good stuff. Okay, so for my foundation, I'm gonna be using the SmashBox Studio Skin 15-hour hydrating foundation, and this is 3.15. Okay, this is definitely tan enough. And the brush that I'm using, this is the Luxie 532 round top blender brush. I've actually been applying foundation with a brush lately instead of a beauty blender, and I like it. I still love a beauty blender, but right now I'm in a brush phase. Alrighty, I'm going to bronze the face with this Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is a matte bronzer. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of contour going on, but I gotta do the like human version. You know what? Yeah, sorry. I gotta tuck this behind my ear. There we go. It was really affecting my concentration, but I was trying to like not do this for you guys. I was trying to front a little bit, but this is what's happening here. You know when like you're like holding the brush a certain way and you can tell that it's not going on smooth? That's what was happening. Okay, this is the part I'm like stressed about. Excuse me. See, it like already made the lace all dark right there. I mean, the lace was already dark, but. Okay, now I'm putting bronzer on top of the nose for the freckles. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're gonna lay down that tail of the brow. This is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Okay, now we're gonna take Precisely My Brow Pencil, just one of my favorite brow pencils from Benefit. This is the Rose Gold limited edition Desi Perkins collab one. I'm using it in the shade 3, so I just wanna make my brows like as long as possible and do the tail really thin. I realized that I actually, because I was like, oh, this looks kind of light. Normally I use 4.5, which is a little dark for me. So I think I'm probably like a 4 or 3.5 in Precisely My Brow. But I'm gonna do the front of the brow with this pencil, and then I'll use 4.5 or maybe even a pomade for the tail end of the brow. Okay, now I'm gonna take 4.5. Okay, to carve out the brows, I'm going to be using this DermaBlend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. I'm using it in 30 Neutral, and the reason I'm using this is because this is like the most pigmented. These are foundation drops, like you can use them however. I love to use it just as foundation. It's like the most pigmented skin tone thing that I have. So it's gonna help cover those brows that I didn't get to stick down. I'm going to take the Naked Cherry Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the eyeshadow Hotspot, which is a matte white. Just pack it over the brow bone. I definitely want to use a matte as opposed to a shimmer, because if I were to use a shimmer, it would just highlight all those brow hairs, and I want them to disappear a little bit. Okay, so now let's continue on with the Naked Cherry palette. Feels and Juicy. Did you guys just hear that? She burped. I'm sorry, I'm so obsessed. I'm applying these two shades lightly. Let's take the shade Devilish, which is like a dark maroon. I'm just gonna follow that line. And I don't want to bring it too far in. Next, let's take the color called Privacy, which is a dark brown, very warm brown. And I just want to define the crease a little bit. For the lid, let's take the color Bang Bang. And I'm just gonna pack this on the lid. I'm gonna take it like all the way out here. Before I do the wing, I'm going to take some MAC Studio Fix powder and put this on the under eyes. This is NC30. So normally when I do my concealer, I take it like all the way down and over, or when I do my under eyes. But for this look, I'm gonna try and keep it just right here. All right, let's do the wing. Let's get into it. So for my liner, I'm using Bobbi Brown. See me trying to be sly, wipe the concealer off of it so it looks clean. Bobbi Brown Longwear Liquid Liner in Carbon Black. This is a really good liquid liner, and you guys know I'm very, very picky about liquid liner. All right, you guys, it all boils down to this moment. This is a moment. We need to make this moment happen. This liner, you need to dip a lot. It's a little bit old too, so the felt is dried up a little bit. Okay, next we're going to curl the lashes because we really want to open them up. I mean, open the eyes up. So I'm gonna be applying a pair of Lilly lashes in the style Layla. And I have them cut shorter than I normally would wear them. Alrighty. So I'm not gonna place them too far out because I find that that makes my eye look heavier actually. I have them placed a little bit higher than where my eye ends. And I'm just gonna kind of hold them while they dry. Okay, now let's take some mascara to blend my natural lashes with the falsies. I'm using the NARS Climax mascara. I always want to rush this step, but you definitely want to make sure that your lashes are fully glued on first because you can detach them this way. Okay, so next let's take a brown eyeshadow and shade underneath the eyes. I'm kind of pulling it down into like that square shape. I'm actually even gonna take some black eyeshadow just to connect this out here, but just use a little bit. Now let's take some brown liner. This is Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Roach. I'm gonna put this in the waterline and bring it all the way over to the inside of the eye. Okay, so now let's contour the nose. I'm going to go back in with the bronzer and just kind of go over this again. I'm going to also be using my used and abused Pure Sculptor palette. Very used and abused, well loved. And I'm gonna mix these two contour powders. These are like the darkest contour powders that I have. What? Now just hold tight, all right? We're gonna fix it. I'm still not quite sure what's happening here. Well, I'd say my nose looks pinched, to say the least. Let's take a little bit of Becca Opal highlight. Also take a little bit of highlight and put it down the center of the nose. Whoops, that's not a little, that's all right though. It's not a little at all. Just because the highlight is so, my contour is so dark, now I want to kind of bring everything else darker just so that there's more balance. So I'm gonna make the cheeks even darker with the bronzer before we go in and do the freckles. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3. And we're just gonna start dotting on the freckles. This is another thing that I think requires patience, is putting on these freckles. I'm gonna take a skinny brush and some brow powder. The Bratz lips are super pouty, so I'm gonna be overlining my lips. I'm gonna be using the Kathleen Lights ColourPop liquid lipstick in the color Lucky Star. Let's add some highlight. I have here the Ofra Cosmetics Midi palette in Spiced Velvet. I'm just adding it underneath underneath that little point that we made on the eyeliner. Star Island, which is this guy right here. Let's put it on the cheekbones. I want to add some pink blush. I'm going to take Bobbi Bobbi blush from Milk Cosmetics. Okay, let's draw these little cherries. Take some liquid lipstick and a little paintbrush. And I'm gonna start with like the actual cherry before I do the stem. Okay, they're kind of like shimmery because the liquid liner is drying. I'm gonna let that dry. I am going to take this L'Oreal Infallible Paints liquid liner in the color White Party. And let's add some highlights. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak normally. Let's add some highlights. Okay, let's add the stem. Let's try the Bobbi Brown Carbon Black Longwear liquid liner. I actually found a brand new one in my drawer, so this will be just perfect, I think. I'm gonna add the finishing touches, which are the color contacts and my little choker, and we'll be all done. All right, you guys, so this was a whole video. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment down below. Okay, so I ended up redoing this whole makeup because I wanted to add some lashes to it. And then now I can't decide. I was like, oh, I'll just do it exactly like I did it before, and I can just slip that clip in the end and it's gonna look the same. And then now I did it and I'm like, I don't know if I like what I did before better or this one better, or if it looks the same, I don't know. But I also wanted to add a different pair of contacts. So she also has some bottom lashes. So this is the finished look with the other contacts. I think I like these contacts better. In case anyone is going to ask, I got these contacts from a costume shop here in LA and it says the color is Misty Hazel. So sexy. Let me know which look you preferred down below, or if they look the same to you, that's cool too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Next. My goodness. I'm just thinking about so many things right now. I can't concentrate. Yes, let's do that, shall we?